Yo, what's going on YouTube? I hope every single one of y'all are having a great day. And I know this might be a little bit of a different video. If y'all are looking for smoking videos and videos to smoke along with, you can still smoke along with this one, of course, but there's probably not going to be much smoking, maybe a little rip at the end of the video, maybe my incense burning from the top, but I'm not going to be showing nothing on screen. We're going to be trying a little bit of a different format, and we're going to be telling a nice little story time. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this fucking story. I'm excited to tell this one. Sorry about the shaking right there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into this fucking video. Drop me a like, comment, subscription. Y'all already know all the good stuff. Instagram, all that stuff right there. But hey, like I said, if y'all see the incense burning, it's just an incense, just a candle. So don't worry about that smoke in the background, YouTube. It's all CGI. It's just my candle. My room is getting nice and fragrant. Let's waste no more further time. And yeah, I'm already yapped out of my mind just recording the video. So let's get this fucking story time. Cheers. Now, to get things started, I just want to set the scene for y'all and maybe give y'all, you know, a little envision in my head of what was going on and what the day was going on before all of this take place. So basically, it was a Friday after I got out of school, and of course, me and my boys, we wanted to have some fun. We wanted to, you know, either trip, get drunk, do something. This was at the time of my life, probably like 16, 17 years old maybe. And I was just getting lit all the time. I was getting faded every day, all day at school, taking shrooms at school, taking mushrooms at school, taking acid at school, doing whatever, bro, doing whatever I could to have a little fun and make the day go by quicker, bro. Because honestly, it was probably more of like a depression state, man. I had a bad relationship at the time. And I don't know, I just remember I was just having lots of fun, man. So you know, it takes your mind off of the day for sure. So anyway, to set the scene, it's a Friday night, and I see on the Telegram, I'll put Telegram, the little app logo. If y'all don't know what that is, it's like a little app where all the plugs around here will, you know, advertise their stuff. It's basically like a menu. It's like a fucking Whataburger app, but for the drugs, bro. You go on there, you can like join anybody's channel if you have their link. You go in there, and now you can see their whole menu and text them privately, and you know, buy whatever you want. So basically, yeah, that's it. So I remember I see these little tabs that he has posted. They were some like blue gel tabs with like some gold little flakes in there. And basically I seen that he had posted those. So I texted him privately and I was like, yo, man, how much for a little 10 strip, bro? We're getting wild tonight. How much for a little 10 strip? And I remember he tells me it was 75 for the 10 strip. And I was like, yo, that's a little tax. Like, is there any way you could do me like 60 if we pull up or something like that? And I remember he was like, no, man. He was like, I'm not even doing pull-ups right now. Like, I'm already out serving. Like, I'll pull up on you, though. He was like, I'll do you $70 flat. He was like, but this is a good deal. Like, they're double. I swear every acid plug says this. He always said double dose or whatever the fuck. Double UG, extra UG. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, man. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to cop them because either way, I know they're going to work. So basically, I get the tabs. And I text my homeboy and I'm like, yo, bro, I have a 10 strip. Are you and your brother trying to trip tonight? And he's like, yeah, bro, my dad is going to a party. I remember this was around Christmas time. So I think he said he was going to a Christmas party or something like that. He's going to be out of town all night. They're not going to be home till like 4 or 5. We'll be sleeping by then. We'll be chilling, da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay, bro, this is finna be lit. This is finna be a good time. We finna go over there, smoke some big dope. So anyway, I go to school Friday. I bought the tabs on Thursday. I go to school on Friday. I'm hyped throughout school, bro. Y'all know those days when you know you're finna have fun when you get home, and school just feels insanely long, right? So I'm going through school. I finally get out. I'm riding the bus home. Me and my homeboy are fucking hyped, bro. We're sitting on the bus, literally just like hyping up, bro. Finding some good music to play, doing all that kind of shit. So I get home. I remember I immediately like grab the tabs. I put them in my backpack. I grab everything I'm going to spend the night at my friend's house, and he literally lives right down the street. So I pack up all my stuff and I'm like, okay, bro, like we're finna go get lit. I remember I rolled a extra fat joint because I was like, yo, we're getting extra lit tonight. So I rolled like maybe a 2-grammer, 2.5 gram joint. It was an absolute like shotgun shell of a joint. And I remember I rolled that bitch up, absolutely pearled it, and put that in my backpack as well, and we got to rolling, man. So we walked over to his house and we proceeded to spark up the joint. We went straight to his brother's car. I remember I got in the house, I showed him the tabs. They're like, oh yeah, that's sick, that's sick. We get hyped, have our little adrenaline pump, and then we go outside. We're like, okay, let's pop a tab, and then we'll go to the car and smoke, right? So we're sitting on the bed, And I remember I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start off with 2 and maybe I'll parachute and take 1 more. And I'm like, you know what, y'all boys, y'all got 2 each. That's all on y'all. And so before I pop the tabs, bro, I remember I look at my boy and I'm like, yo, like, you're positive I can stay here like 100%, bro. I was like, I'm not trying to go home and trip. Like, that would be a bad experience for me because my grandma's always on my ass telling me to do a bunch of things. And I don't know, that would probably not be good on the tabs. So basically, he looks at me straight in my eyes and he tells me yes. And so I'm like, okay, I trust my boy and I take your word for it. So I fucking popped those 2 tabs straight down the hatch and we proceed to walk outside. By the time I got down the stairs, them shits were damn near fully dissolved, bro. I always put them under my tongue, like all the way in the back. That's a little nasty, sorry. But and them shits dissolve like instantly and it hits you way quicker. I feel like it's like probably within 30 minutes compared to if you like swallow them or something, it's like maybe an hour or so. But yeah, so we walk outside, we get in the car, we spark up the joint, and we're getting blasted, bro. I remember we're freestyling. The come up hasn't even hit yet, and so, you know, we're just baked at this point. We're just freestyling, laughing, making jokes, and we go inside. And still, it's probably been like 30 minutes at this point after we smoked the joint, and I still wasn't really feeling anything, bro. But I remember as soon as we walked inside, and we walk upstairs into his room, I just had like a weird, like, since I've been in his room the most, like, I don't know, I had this weird thing in my head where I just felt like safe in his room. As soon as I got in his room, I could like feel the trip for the simple fact that like in my head, I was like, wow, like this is my safe spot. And I like realized what I just thought to myself. And I was like, what the fuck am I thinking about that for? Like, I'm tweaking right now. So anyway, we proceed to just watch, sit down and we watch some ASAP Fergie videos, not ASAP Fergie, ASAP Rocky videos, I believe. And I'll put a little like picture of what's the song we listened to. It was literally called LSD though. And it was a fucking banger, bro. I remember I'm sitting there and I'm absolutely blasted out of my mind, like taking off maybe like an hour and a half into the come up and that song comes on, bro. And yeah, bro, that shit sounded like it was coming out of a fucking record. It was coming off of his TV speakers and it was absolutely horrible audio. But when you're on the tabs, man, any music sounds fire, bro. You could play some fucking yodeling and I'd be hyped to that bitch. I'd be fucking strung out, just fucking on the floor, fucking nutting damn near, bro. So yeah, and then I remember we also played this song right here. I'll put like the little Apple Music logo or whatever I decide to put. It was called Sacrifices by J. Cole and Earth Gang, I believe. I don't know, y'all seen right there. But it was such a fire song, bro. Y'all can go listen to that shit for yourself. But whenever I was on tabs, it felt like a whole different planet. J. Cole was going absolutely nuts on that beat. And yeah, bro, that's really the most memorable times from that specific time frame that I can remember. So once the peak hits, we're probably about 2 hours in at this point, once I hit that J. Cole little peak of my trip. And my homeboy proceeds to tell me, yo, my dad's on his way back and he said, you gotta go home. Now I'm looking at this man straight in his eyes and I'm like, dude, you literally told me I could stay here. How the fuck am I supposed to go home? I'm peaking right now. I just took 2 tabs. Oh, let me mention. Before all of this shit, probably about an hour and a half through, I'm like, yo, like I'm finna parachute. I'm peaking right now. Like this would be the perfect time to parachute. It'll like kick in by the time the other time, like by the time that this one ends, and then I'll start peaking again. I'll just have like a 4-hour peak. And I thought that was a good idea. So I popped the other one probably about like an hour and 30 minutes in. And yeah, I was hoping that it would parachute probably about the 30-minute mark. And yeah, that shit did not pan out. So he's looking at me about the 2-hour mark and he's like, yo, you gotta go home. So I'm like, okay, bro, whatever. Fuck you. I'm never coming here to trip here again. And I think honestly, if I think about it, this might be the last time I've ever tripped. I'll have to really think about it, but yeah, I think this might be the last time I've ever taken LSD. So yeah, if y'all want to see some more stories about that, let me know down in the comments below. And of course, feel free to share your own tab stories, bro. I'd love to hear those shits. I've had some fucking wild ones myself. So I proceeded to put my backpack on. I dab with my boys. I'm like, yo, fuck you for telling me that. But whatever, bro. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. So I grab my stuff. I start walking out. And honestly, the walk home was nothing memorable, bro. I honestly don't even remember it. But somehow I got home and yeah, there was nothing memorable about the walk. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just remember I was scared to get home. I was just thinking about getting home, bro, because I knew my grandma's gonna be sitting right there. And so, of course, I opened the door and I walk in, and my grandma's sitting right there on the chair. Luckily, it was probably about like 9 o'clock at night at this point, and so it was relatively dark. It was pretty pitch black, and no lights were on inside besides the TV, which is pretty far away from her, so it's not really too illuminated, so it's not like she can see my fucking bowling eye pupils or nothing like that. So, you know, I walk in, I'm like, oh, like, hey, and that's what I always say. I just walk straight to my room. I put my head down, I walk straight to my room. She might have thought I was on something, but she's never said anything to me. So I walk into my room, bro, and at this point, my heart is fucking beating out of my chest, bro. I'm so scared. I'm like, oh my God, like, she knows, like, she's gonna know I'm an acid. She's gonna come in here and turn on my light and, like, see my eyeballs and do all this shit. So I'm like, okay, like, how can I get out of here where she's not gonna, like, be suspicious or anything? So I'm like, okay, I gotta take my dog. On a, you know, around the block. I can't say it because she's right here next to me, and she's gonna go nuts if I say that shit. At this time of the year, it was decently cold, so I put on my jacket and I put on my skates. And so for some reason at this time of year, I would always take my dog on skates, bro. I had got some skates for, like, I think my birthday, honestly, maybe 2 years before this. And so I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna go skating with my dog and just let her pull me like it's in the movies. And I had done it quite a few times before, bro. I've been doing this for weeks at this point. And so I'm honestly pretty good on the skates. I'm not gonna lie, no flex or nothing. But I put my dog on leash, and I remember I'm walking outside and I, like, fall like 4 different times, and I'm good on skates and everybody in my family knows that. And so my grandma's like, oh, like, whoa, like, you, what's going on with you? And I'm like, oh, nothing, like, I think there's like a hair caught. And so, like, I act like I pull a hair out of my skates. Nothing was caught in my skates, bro. But yeah, bro, I remember I'm just fucking tweaking, and at this point I'm dripping sweat. I can't wait to get outside. So normally I make my dog wait before I let her just run off. Nah, I literally opened the door. I said, come on. She ran outside, pulled me. I shut the door, locked it all in one smooth motion, and just kept fucking going. I remember I took my hood down, and the wind just was like blowing all over my face, and it felt so unbelievably good. And yeah, man, I remember at this point I'm fucking peeking, and the paranoia had kind of left because, you know, I'm outside, I'm in the fucking environment. So I'm just looking up, and it's kind of weird to describe what the sky looks like on acid, but it's almost just like infinite stars, bro. I know some people say they see some crazy ass shit. For me, personally, it's almost just like, if you ever played that game, I'll put a picture of it right here if I can find it, but it's like that game where it has a bunch of lines and you basically have to, like, make X's or like a box, and whoever makes the complete box or whatever the fuck it is gets that point. I'm not exactly sure how to play the game, but I remember playing that shit, and that's kind of what the sky looks like to me. It's just like a bunch of fucking dots with random lines and shit. So yeah, it's just like the sky, but like with way more stars. That's how I interpret it. So yeah, bro, I'm looking up and I'm just like, wow, like, this is amazing, and it's just worry free, bro. I just go around the block, obviously taking it slow because I don't want to fall. But honestly, acid is not really a drug where, like, you're inebriated necessarily. You're not really like fucked up, you know what I'm saying? It's more of just like a in your head thing. So yeah, I proceed to skate around my entire neighborhood for probably about 20 minutes, and like I said, the acid makes your blood hot, bro. So I wasn't even getting cold. I'm feeling great. My dog is feeling great. She's happy to go. And yeah, I take her back inside. My grandma absolutely says nothing to me. I take her collar off, hang it back up, get her some water, and I walk to my room. And now at this point, I am fucking chilling. But then I hear my grandma call me, right? So I hear my grandma call me, and I can't remember the exact reason. I believe it was because my sister had got there with her kid, and so she wanted me to help carry some stuff in or some shit like that. But I was like, oh my God, how the fuck can I get out of this? So once again, I'm bent over this chair that I'm sitting on right now. Pause. But my heart is racing, bro, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get out of this situation. So I'm like, okay, what can I do? I just got back from a walk. I had school today. I haven't showered. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a perfect opportunity. So I get all my shit, and at this point I'm dripping sweat, bro. Whenever you're paranoid and you're on acid, your heart starts racing, and you're like, you just start dripping sweat, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, this was probably one of the scariest times for me, because I genuinely thought I was gonna have a heart attack, bro. My heart was beating so fucking hard, like it was unfathomable, bro. I could feel it in my face. I could feel it in my feet. I could feel it in my whole body. My body was beating, bro. I probably like every fucking 2 seconds, bro. It was scary as fuck. So I go in the shower. I turn it on straight cold water, bro, and I hop in that bitch butt ass naked, and I'm just getting it soaking, bro. So I don't even wash my body. I remember it was like honestly pretty nasty, bro. I was tweaking so hard. I didn't even wash my body. I just sat in the cold water and just waited. And I remember my grandma, oh, sorry about that. My grandma and my sister, they were both, you know, conversating outside of the door. And they're, hey. And they're talking to me, and they're like, oh, like, what are you doing in the shower? And I guess I forgot that I already did shower. And they were like, what are you doing in the shower? And luckily, they said this before I did, because I had no clue that I had showered already. So they were like, oh, like, what are you doing in the shower? You already showered today. And at this point, it clicks in my head. I'm like, oh, fuck, I already did. So I'm like, I'm like, I'm hot. I'm just hot. And they're like, what the fuck? It's like mid-November. I don't know why they didn't question it, but they never honestly did, bro. They just kind of walked away from the door. And at this point, I'm really fucking tweaking, right? So I get out of the shower, and I put my clothes on, and I'm going into my room, and I just kind of shut the door. And yeah, at that point, I was home free, bro. I guess they didn't need my help at that point. They figured it out without me. And it was like probably like 10:30 at this point, and I'm feeling great, bro. I go into my room, I load onto Rocket League, and I remember this was one of those trips where I just locked in on the game, bro. I don't know if y'all have ever done it, if y'all have ever done LSD, but if y'all have, sometimes when you hop on the game, that's just your fucking life and savior, man. So I hopped on Rocket League, and I felt like I was actually in the car, man. Your POV is all zoomed out, but it's also zoomed in a weird way. It's like you have a wide POV, so I can see the entire TV. I don't know how to describe it, but hey, that's gonna do it for this story time. I remember just playing Rocket League probably till my heart was content, bro. My grandma came in, opened the door at like 2 a.m. She was like, I'm going to sleep, good night. And that's basically it. Sorry for the longer videos, but that was just one of my first story times. It was actually one of the first story times I ever posted on this channel, but it got deleted somehow. But yeah, let me know if y'all enjoyed this little video. And of course, we are gonna get one little rip before we get out of here, just because that's what this whole channel about. We all gonna get high together. So hell yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Drop me a damn comment how y'all enjoyed it, what I could do better, and let's get this fucking rip. Cheers, y'all. Now, cheers. I hope every single one of y'all enjoyed this damn video. Drop me a like, and yeah, let's get this rip and get out of this fucking video. Wow. Wow. Faded. Ooh, too easy. Get me the fuck out of here, peace.